Today I want to teach you how to uncap honey frames like a pro. Hello, I'm Griffiths, welcome to Winning Griffith. Here we talk everything beekeeping, farming, countryside living, how we do reviews as well. Now I am in the honey house and I've decided I've got a full video showing how I extract honey in here. Unfortunately, I'm in the same honey house as I was last year, and I said last year that would be the last year I'm in this room, but here we are again. I'm in this room, but for the last time, definitely. Next year we've just had plans come through. We're sorting out a new honey house for next year, so that is a guarantee now for next year. It's not just me saying it. I was full of hot air saying it last year, but things got so expensive we couldn't afford to get the new honey house sorted, so we're still in here for this year. But next year it is lined up. We're in a different building with new kit, everything, so next year watch out. We're gonna have some exciting content to share with you. But in here for this year, now basically I want to run a short series of videos going in depth into the various machines I've got in here and how to use it. So whether you're a big bee farm, a medium-sized bee farm, or a hobbyist, you may find this interesting, the kind of kit I use and how I use it. It might suit you. But basically, what inspired me to do this video, I took a photo the other day and I put it on social media, and I had a frame of honey on this uncapping tank and this fork next door to it, and people thought, I can't believe you're uncapping with a fork, Griff. I mean, you got a fair few hundred hives, why are you still uncapping with a fork? Well, I'm going to show you today how quick I can uncap with the fork. Now, I'm not going to uncap in the traditional way, which everybody thinks, and I'll show you both in this video. But before we get into how I uncap, I want to talk about uncappers, or uncapping forks. Very, very important topic. Now this one of my favourite ones, this is a Swanty one. This is as heavy duty of a fork as you get, and this is bee farmer spec. You've got a blade on one side, extra thick stainless steel body. This is not going to break on you, okay? Very important you get a strong one. And now another strong one, we sell this one as well. This is a Lega, so this is an Italian one. Very similar, you've got the blade there, and look at the thickness of the steel. Again, super strong, you're not going to bend this. Now I have got a cheaper one. Now we sell this one in the shop as well, but unless you're, very small number of hives, I would not recommend you buying one of these wire ones. Because if you're going to uncap like I'm going to uncap in this video, you will wreck this after about 3 or 4 hives. So big difference between these two and this one. Big difference in price as well. But get one of these, either a Lega or a Swanty one. We sell the two of them. This will last you possibly a lifetime if you look after it. Now, how I uncap. Now, I told some of you guys I can uncap a frame in 3 seconds with this. Let me show you. So this is, I suppose I'm cheating a bit, this is an easy frame. I've got a full frame that side, and I've got a little bit to uncap there. But basically, what I'm going to do, I'll just come round to show you how I'm going to uncap this. Take the hive tool and basically start the clock now. And that's me done. That is ready to go in the spinner. Now what I'm doing there, I'm using the uncapper to penetrate the cap ends. See how it's gone straight through? So that's what I'm doing, and that's why you need a heavy duty version of this, because you've got to dig in and scrape right down. And I've got this is plastic foundation in this one, so you can damage a cheap one if you're not careful. But basically that's how I uncap. Now let me show you the traditional way of uncapping. And it is literally taking me seconds to do a frame like this. So here's a nice one. Now the traditional way of uncapping would be that you take the fork and you start one end and you peel it up, just taking the wax off. Take that off and scrape that off. Start there again. All you're doing is just taking a layer of wax off. So you're taking all the wax off. Now, I think when people commented on my video, I think you guys thought that I uncap like this, which I do not. But as you can see, the traditional way of uncapping with a fork like that leaves you a very nice clean frame. All the cappings falls in there, and what you spin out is pretty clean, and you've got no bits running through the honey extractor. And if you're filtering by hand, then uncapping the fast way, like I say, like a pro, then you're going to block your filters up pretty quick. But because I've got a heated honey sump, it's not an issue. I can collect all that cappings from the sump and bring it back into this tank, so it saves me a great deal of time. Now, I don't just uncap with this. I've actually got a Thomas uncapper machine as well, and I use an electric knife. And what I do basically when I start extracting honey, I mix it up. So a week I'll go using this, next week maybe I'll go to the Thomas uncapper machine, next week I'll go on to the knife. I mix it up. I'm in here for so long in the winter months extracting honey. I mean, I wouldn't have a wrist left if I only uncapped in a certain way. I haven't got a fully automatic machine. Next year we'll have something a lot better than this system. But don't laugh at the uncapping fork, especially these heavy duty ones. You can uncap frames pretty quick. Now I'll finish this one off for you to see it again. Start the clock. And that's it. All that will bust out in the extractor. And basically what I'm doing is similar. You know, like you've got a roller, you can put frames in the machine and they've got blades and it rolls or cuts the wax. Basically I'm doing the same thing as that with a fork, but that is a super fast way of doing it. Now there's some cons like I mentioned, but with the system I've got here, that's pretty fast, and I catch all the cappings from the sump to throw in here. One more frame before we finish the video off. Frame of honey. Start on the top, and we're just going to go downward motion using the sharp ends of the fork. So that's one side done. That's two sides done. Now I must admit that's probably not the most efficient way to uncap frames, but it is a pretty fast way of doing it. Now you wouldn't believe if I told you, some bee farmers I know with much bigger honey farms than me, they still uncap with a fork, or some even uncap with a hive tool. So exactly how I was using that, but they use the hive tool to scrape the wax off. So don't be put off by the old primitive way of doing things. There are faster ways of using these tools that they don't really teach you in your beginner beekeeping classes, of how to use some of these tools. A little bit different than, I suppose, the way they're intended to be used. But take it from me, that is a very fast way and pretty efficient and primitive and cost-effective way to uncap frames. Well, that's it for this video, just a quick one, and we're going to be running through the kit now in the next couple of weeks, the extractor, the honey sump, the bottling tank, all that kind of stuff, and going into it in a little bit more detail. Around about 10-minute long video per piece of kit, so you've got a better understanding how things work. Hope you enjoyed the video.